So my name is Emilia, and here we have Davidem Razowskym and Jonathan Pittsem with me.
Hi everybody.
I'm Jonathan.
Yeah,
That's
in
great.
Krakow.
In
So,
Krakow, yes.
congratulations on your show. You just finished.
Yes, we
What are
did.
your feelings on your show? What did you show? What was the format?
Well, here's the thing. This is what happened. We have never improvised before together.
Before yesterday.
Before
Never.
yesterday, we did
Never,
we
yeah.
never improvised together. We never played together. We've known each other for 35
yeah,
years,
yeah.
maybe something like that. But we've never worked together,
Mhm.
and it was so much fun.
Mhm.
It was really, really great fun. Our format was just moving chairs around and moving around and letting it be very fluid and flowing and good listening and
Yeah,
surprises
yeah.
and sharing and taking care of
And
each
making
other.
strong choices
Yeah.
and going from there. Yeah.
That was very visible, strong choices.
Yeah.
Every scene was very intense.
Yeah.
Yes, because you have two intense people
Right.
who get together, and neither of us neither of us are quiet.
Mhm. So your improv styles are similar to each other, even though you don't play usually together.
They're similar but different.
I would say that too.
I would say the intention is similar, but the execution is different.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I also think that when you have two people who've been doing this for as long as Jonathan and I have been doing this, that we sort of we'll say a line of dialogue, and I'll go, "How is he going to take it?"
Right.
And then and then it'll be, "Okay, he wants to play it this way," so it's always a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay.
Like even when he sat down next to me and I was talking about wishing on a star, I saw his body language and I saw how much
Mhm.
this meant to him as his character, that he, the woman that he was playing. And then I was like, I can play with this and against this for a period of time,
Mhm.
and just because it was fun to watch David's character react every single time and become more and more disappointed. And then I would go, how else can I like pull a ring out somewhere?
Yeah. And then whenever he pulled the ring out, I didn't want him to pull the ring out, and it became candy.
That was a great
and
scene.
I really liked it. That was
Yeah.
really, really fun. And that's a really good example of two people who are listening to each other, and just the way that we were sitting.
Body language.
Like that's all. That's
Tone
kind
of
of
voice.
all the information that you really need to have.
When David would look at me and when he would look away.
Right.
I mean, because that had different intention.
Mhm.
Like when he looked away, I was like, oh, he's really disappointed.
Right. And when I would look at him, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
starry-eyed. So to speak.
And when he was looking at me, I would look up at the stars.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The marriage would never have lasted for those two people.
No.
Good the atom bomb happened.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So besides playing, you are also teaching all over the world. Let's say
Yeah.
you've been also teaching here.
Yes.
So, was there something that really surprised you while teaching, maybe in Poland, or maybe some nice experience, story that you may share?
I gotta say that Jonathan travels around a lot. I travel around a lot, and what always surprises me is how that we are here. That there is an ImproFest in Krakow, Poland. This is the man who started all the ImproFest, if I'm not mistaken, at the Chicago
Yeah,
Improv Festival,
basically.
and he started all the improv. And from that, there are 150 improv festivals all
Yes,
over the world now.
yes.
And
Thank you.
right? Isn't that right?
And now I get to play in them.
Yeah.
That's
He's
my
not running
payoff.
it anymore.
Yeah, no, now I get to play in them.
Yeah.
And part of what to add off of what he was saying, is part of what I've seen with the Poland improvisers, both in Krakow and in Warsaw, is that this matters so much to them. You know, we have people who are like, I have people who are like, oh, I've not been doing improv long, 5 years.
Mhm.
And I'm like, in Chicago, with 5 years, you'd already be a veteran and bitter.
Right, you'd be upset. But here, people go, no, it's only 5 years. But it's also so exciting
Yes.
to be with
Yes.
people who are so
Yeah.
excited
Yes.
about it. And I thought that there was going to be a language barrier, and because we speak English and I don't speak Polish, I know that we don't speak English, and Heather and Jules don't speak English,
Right.
and
Polish.
They don't speak Polish. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure they speak English.
But there was not a barrier.
No, there was
No.
not a barrier. And what also got me was today in my class I started crying because I was like, you guys have given so much. They're so courageous, they're so focused, they're so patient. The people here are just they're just
They're really passionate.
really
They're
passionate.
Yeah.
They're passionate, and they're also loving and warm
Yes.
and kind
Yes.
and lovely
Yep.
and honest and truthful, and I just love the connection. I gotta tell you,
Sure.
this was one of the best improv fests I've ever been to.
Wow.
Do you agree?
So nice.
Yes.
to hear.
Yeah, really. And last night, that like the big production number, I'm going, what's happening here? Because usually you have somebody with ripped jeans getting up in front of an audience going, thank you very much, everybody.
And a
this-
plaid shirt.
And a plaid shirt, right, because that's the uniform.
Yeah.
But
Where's
this was
this?
big. this was really big, and Alan did a great job, and the volunteers did a great job,
And
you
the
guys did
assistant
a great
producers
job.
did a great job because it's like a crew of 4 or 5, and you know they all take so much pride in. You all take so much pride in, and it's joyful to be here because of how much you guys care,
Absolutely.
and how passionate you are, and you care about the art, you care about the craft, and it also makes all of you better human beings. You can just see how I had so many people tell me, this stuff changes my life.
Right.
Yeah, because we appreciate it so much because we don't have it so many years in Poland.
Right,
It's
right.
fresh.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
It's
a
great.
festival for us. It's like a celebration, big celebration.
And
Right.
it is a big celebration, and look at all the
Big
work that
thing
they're
for
doing.
us.
And you know what? Another thing that really was great, and it goes back to what you're saying, is because everybody here cared so much, I didn't have to worry about anything else. I didn't have to worry about how am I getting here and what room
You were
is there.
taken care of.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it. We were taken
Yeah.
care of. And there have been some places that I've been to where it's like, how come nobody's taking care of me? But you know, I don't know where I'm going.
Should I be riding this tiger?
Exactly, right.
No.
How much glass should be in my coffee? You know, it's like, what's happening? But
Right.
here was really
So
great.
nice to hear.
It really
Everything was so well taken care of that my producer brain never really kicked in.
How many fests did you do?
I produced 20 of the Chicago Improv Festivals, but I've also produced other festivals as well. At some point when I counted, it's like over 35 festivals that I produced.
And how many people came to how many people did you have coming? Like the festival was a
Yeah.
week long.
Right, it's a week
Right.
long. The last time we did the Chicago Improv Festival, we had 185 different improv acts performing
185.
on 7
Amazing.
stages
Yeah.
over 1 week.
Right.
Yeah, so that's like a lot of logistics. Whereas here I just walk around and I go up to Alan and say, good job.
Right.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Good job.
Nice.
You're doing great.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Given your experience into account, would you say is improv a hard work, or is it more of a talent, or is it more of a practice? Given these 30 years of experience.
What I saw in New Zealand was a sticker that New Zealand and Australia, do you know this sticker?
No.
Okay. Because you had that reaction with that maybe.
No, I'm burping in my mouth.
So this sticker said, improv is simple, but it's not easy. And I was like,
I also feel,
That's the
I
essence.
agree with that, and yet
Well,
I
you-
also feel like when you're doing improvisation, if you love something, the challenges are things that you make part of the practice.
Absolutely.
So when so the challenges that you have, it's like, oh, I love this challenge. I can make this work. And today's class, because I teach something that's very different than I think a lot of people teach, and I got a lot of pushback at the beginning. And what I'm watching people do is want that struggle. They want to go through that. They want to experience that because they come out of the other side, as you know, changed. And it does change you.
it's transformation.
Right, and it has nothing to do, yes, it's important to get up on stage down there, that's where the stage is. It's important to get up on the stage, it's important to work with people, but at the end of the day, it's also about how do you feel about you? What's your feeling about the way that you look at the world? Because improvisers look at the world going, what's that, and what's that, and I want to know about that, and I want to talk to you, I want to eat that, I want to drink that, I want to hang out with that person, and you get to do all of those things because you start realizing that it's not about living a life like this, it's about living a life like this, and eventually living a life like this. And that's what we're going for. And eventually you get to play with somebody really fantastic in front of 600 people, and you go, how did that happen?
Amazing.
And one thing, important thing is, when we started out, there was 2 schools
Yep.
in the world.
Total.
2 improv schools in the world.
It was the Paleolithic era.
Now we're
Yeah.
meeting here.
And we're meeting here, and I leave here, and I go to Denmark, and where do you go?
After this, I go to Frankfurt, Germany.
Right.
Yeah.
And then where do you go after Frankfurt?
Bangkok, Thailand,
look at
and
that.
then Canberra, Australia.
Right.
Nice.
And then so I leave. I go to Denmark. Then I'm going to
Copenhagen.
Berlin, and then Then I'm going to Copenhagen. Then I'm going to Berlin, and then I'm going to Dublin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the States.
Orla McGovern says hi.
Amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So, thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome.
We
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thank
you
you.
here. And I wish you all the great luck with
Thank
your
you.
festivals and the shows and the
Thank you,
trainings and the
Krakow Improv
workshops. And
Festival.
thank you very
Krakow
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye.
Bye.